Let us consider in this figure the enlightenment or unenlightenment of our nature. Imagine these human beings living in this underground den. They have been here from childhood, having their necks and legs chained so that they may only see into the den. At a distance, there is a fire, and between the fire and the prisoners is a raised way, with a low wall built along the way, like that over which marionette players show their puppets. Behind the wall are moving figures who hold in their hands various objects. Some of the passers-by are talking, others are silent. A strange parable, you say, and such strange captives. Well, they are ourselves, and they see only the shadows of the various objects which the fire throws on the wall. To these they give names, and if we add an echo which returns from the wall the voices of the passers-by, it will appear to the captives that the shadows are speaking. Suppose now that you suddenly turn them round and make them look with pain and grief to themselves at the real images. Suppose further that one of them breaks his chains and drags himself up the steep and rugged ascent into the presence of the sun himself. Will not his eyes be darkened with the excess of light? Time will pass before he gets the habit of perceiving it all. At first, he will perceive only shadows and reflections in the water. Then he will recognize the moon, the stars, and at length, behold the sun in his own proper place as he is. Lastly, he will conclude, this is he who gives us the year and the seasons, and is the author of all that we see. He will therefore rejoice in passing from darkness into light. How worthless to him will seem all the horrors of the den. Now imagine further that he descends back into his old habitation. In that underground den he will not see as well as the captives, and will not be able to compete with them in the measurements of the shadows on the wall. And there will be many jokes about the man who went to visit the sun and lost his eyes. And if they find anybody trying to set free and enlighten one of their number, they will put him to death, if they can catch him. He who attains to the beatific vision is always going upwards. He is unwilling to descend into political assemblies and courts of law, for his eyes will blink at the images or shadows of images which they behold in them. He cannot enter into the ideas of those who have never in their lives understood the relation of the shadow to the substance. Blindness is of two kinds. One is caused by passing out of darkness into light, the other by passing from light into darkness. And only a man of sense will be able to distinguish between them. Consider the mind of a clever rogue. The more clearly he sees, the more evil he does. Therefore, we must choose carefully the natures of those who are most likely to ascend into the light and knowledge of good. But we can't let them stay in the light. They must be forced down again among the captives of the den. A great hardship, yes. May we not fairly say to our philosopher, friend, we do you no wrong? For in other states, philosophy grows wild, and a wild flower owes nothing to the gardener. But you have been trained by us to be the ruler and king of our hive, and therefore we must insist on your descending into the den, and you will be the salvation of the state. For those who rule must not be those who seek to rule by their desires. And by offering our citizens a better life than that which rulers generally give us, then there is a chance that the rich, not only in goods, but the rich in virtue and wisdom, may bear rule. The only life which is better than the life of political ambition is that of philosophy, which is also the best preparation for government of the state.